Hello cruisers, I'm sure that you already booked your next cruise, but before that I want to take you with me on my next voyage, on my next adventure at sea. Are you ready? In the last couple of years, I watched so many videos. I read so many reviews. I spoke with friends that they experienced Regent Seven Seas. And therefore, I was always looking to book one of their cruises. Of course, always the prices, they were over the normal prices that you'll find for a cruise on the market. But at the end of the day, Regent promised an unparalleled, unrivaled experience from the luxury, from space, from attention to details points of view. Actually, their commercial motto is nobody does it better. And here I am. This year I decided to book a cruise with Regent Seven Seas. My choice as a cruise ship was Seven Seas Voyager, a ship launched in 2003, hosting a little bit more than 700 passengers and more than 450 crew. And I cannot wait to step on board Seven Seas Voyager. And guess what? I will take you with me. What is very interesting about Seven Seas Voyager, the ship which will host me at the end of November, beginning of December, is that all the cabins are suites, all with balconies. My choice was a penthouse, an absolutely beautiful cabin, but it's good to know that Regent, like other cruise line, offer an upgrade bidding program. Now I do like my space, I do like my luxury when I'm on board of a cruise ship, but this time, because it was my first experience with Regent Seven Seas, I didn't want to splash too much to focus my budget on an upgrade, and therefore I put a minimum bid. Let's see if it's working or not. I still have a couple of days before the departure and I didn't get any news yet from the cruise line. However, my penthouse looks absolutely fabulous, and even if I don't win the bid, I will be so happy with my penthouse on board the Seven Seas Voyager. I think that traveling to embarkation port, it's part of your cruise experience, and therefore for my cruise with Seven Seas Voyager, I decide to change a little bit the way how I go to the embarkation port, to Barcelona. Normally I'm flying out of Heathrow, but in the last 2 months I flew so much that I got sick and tired with the drive to Heathrow, with the traffic jam on M25 and so on. And therefore I start looking for a different option. And the best option I found was Gatwick Airport. First, because it's closer to home. Second, because with my gold card I have access to the first class lounge, British Airways first class lounge, which is far much better than any other lounges, British Airways lounges in Heathrow. And on top of that, because I will spend before the cruise one night in Madrid, I decided to fly with Iberia Express. It's, if you want, the low-cost subsidiary part of Iberia, the Spanish national airline. But I have to tell you that the business class product with Iberia Express, it's far much better than business class short-haul Club Europe with British Airways. And I booked my ticket with Iberia Express. I know, I always like to expand a little bit the holiday mood than only flying to embarkation port, stepping on board of the ship, doing the cruise, and after that flying back straight home. And therefore, for this voyage, I decided to exaggerate a little bit, pre and post. So I will fly from London Gatwick to Madrid, spend one night in Madrid, and after that I will fly from Madrid to Barcelona. Barcelona is the embarkation port, but I will spend one night there. Why? Very easy, because if you book one of the top-end cabins with Regent Seven Seas, part of your cruise package is one night pre-cruise stay. Normally in Barcelona, my choice is always one of the Meliá hotels, but Regent had another option, Grand Hyatt. And I've done my research, I've done my homework, and I have to be honest, I'm excited. Grand Hyatt Barcelona looks like an excellent option. So I told you about the cruise line, I told you about the ship, I told you about my cabin, I told you about my plans to extend a little bit pre and post cruise this holiday, but I forgot to tell you about the itinerary. If you look at the calendar, or better, if you look outside, you'll see that it's cold, it's windy, it's raining sometimes, and it's getting dark so early. So what you need? A little bit of sun, a little bit of warm weather. Caribbean, not my cup of tea. And therefore, I decided for a different direction, closer, if you want, to home, and an absolutely beautiful weather. Canary Island. We'll start in Barcelona, we'll end in Lisbon, and Majestic Coast. It's a perfect name for a perfect itinerary. So now you have all the information that you need. So you cannot say no. You have to join me starting from 25th of November, live on Facebook, live on Instagram, live of course on my YouTube channel, to be part of my first time experience on board Seven Seas Voyager. First time cruise with Regent Seven Seas, and a beautiful itinerary which will take you from Barcelona all the way to Lisbon, visiting Canary Island and Funchal. So don't forget, our date is 25th of November. Every day on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you on board Seven Seas Voyager.